Early summer, 30 days of Thargelion, a secret night adventure. Tonight I did something I've never done before. My friend Arion dared me to meet him after dark so we could sneak through the city without anyone knowing. I didn't even hesitate. Something about the idea of seeing Athens at night, without the bustle of the day, was too tempting. I waited until my parents were asleep, then slipped out, careful not to make a sound. The streets were empty, and the air felt different, thicker somehow. Arion and I met near the olive grove and began walking toward the agora. The city felt strange, like it was sleeping, yet somehow alive in a way I hadn't seen before. We passed the great statues, and by moonlight, they looked even more powerful, watching over the city. But when we passed under the flickering light of torches, something happened that I can't explain. I looked up at Athena's eyes, and for a moment, it felt like she was looking back at me. Her gaze was heavy, almost alive, like she wanted to tell me something. I stared, transfixed, unable to look away. I nudged Arion and whispered, "Do you see that?" Her eyes. He just shrugged, saying it was just a statue, only stone. But I could have sworn there was something more. As we continued, we passed Pericles, and I felt it again, that strange, intense gaze, as if the statues were alive, watching me alone. This time I didn't tell Arion. As we wandered through the shadows, we saw a small group of men huddled near a wall, speaking in low voices. I wasn't sure what they were saying, but their faces were serious, almost angry. I felt a strange pull to listen, but also a pang of fear, like we shouldn't be there. Arion tugged my arm, and we moved on, slipping back into the darkness. It felt thrilling to roam freely like this, without rules or the watchful eyes of our parents. But it also made me realize that Athens isn't just the city I know in daylight, and the statues aren't either. When I finally crept back into bed, my heart was still racing. I couldn't sleep for a long time, thinking of those statues, the way their eyes seemed to meet mine in the torchlight, and the strange silence of the city at night. For the first time, I feel like I'm seeing Athens with new eyes, like there's something beneath the surface I never noticed before. I think I'll remember this night as long as I live.